Well, greetings everyone and welcome to yet another vlog. Myself and Mr. Beans here, Henry the Hound is with me, and you join me on a very cold winter December day. I've already done the night, I arrived yesterday, and this is my first session of my winter campaign, and it's got off not to a bad start, to be fair, which I will fill you in very shortly. But I'm just going to take you through now what we've done up to this point, where we're at. So obviously with my campaign starting, I wanted to get a bit of bait into the areas I was going to target. Now for me, sort of pre-baiting in the winter is an absolute massive edge, and if you've got the time to go and do it, it's definitely worth investigating and putting a bit of effort into it. Now I've sort of came here about 4 days ago before my session arrived. I targeted an area I knew the wind wasn't going to be hacking into, so it's quite sheltered. There was some really bitterly north winds coming in, and I thought that's where the fish may move to. I'll apply some bait in there. If they find the bait, it should keep them there. And yeah, obviously I've done my first night, and it's got off not to a bad start, which I will bring you up to date with shortly. But when I did come down here to apply the bait, I sort of arrived in the swim, cast the marker float out, jumped in the boat, and then headed out there and then give it a good dose in. I probably put a fair bit in, a good sort of 6-7 kilos of mix. I only do sort of 2 ingredients this time of year now. I do a load of chip maize, which I sort of cook up at work in the Burco boiler, lovely and fresh, and then to that I'll add just chopped boilie, chopped and whole sort of hybrid boilies. That's it, that's all I put in, and I give it a good area. You know, I was probably working on, I'd say probably a 30-foot line and sort of 10-foot sort of depth, if you like, so I could get all rods on the area. It's an area the fish could move in. I was hoping to hold fish there in numbers. That was the actual plan. So of course that was sort of 3 or 4 days ago. I arrived on my session, and yeah, we got off to an absolute flyer. The first bite came, what time was that, about 8:30 at night. So I'll transfer you through now to the footage that I recorded last night. Well guys, we are off the mark. We've got an absolute lovely little mirror sitting in the net at the moment, but double-edged sword, I'm afraid. I've had the fish, it's waiting for its picture. Downside is my lighting equipment that I use to sort of film at night and illuminate the fish has packed up on me. So yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. I've had my tantrums, I've kicked it, punched it, thrown it across the bivvy a few times, but yeah, it's not coming back on, unfortunately. So gutted, but I've got a couple of head torches. It's all I've got here really to sort of illuminate the fish. Hopefully they'll sort of give it enough light so you can see the fish and what's going on. But yeah, gutted. Actually, when I kicked it, it came back on. I was like, oh yeah, it's got it fixed, but no, it sort of switched off again after 10 seconds, so it's one of them, unfortunately. Temperamental. A new one will be ordered very shortly, but yeah, it's just one of them. So I'll grab my fish, grab the head torches, and do our best to sort of illuminate what we can. Right, meet you on the Hookermet area. Well guys, it's just gone 8 o'clock, and I really thought that would be it till the morning, but the right hand rod's come good. And we've had that absolute little belter, 15.5 pound, and a proper little scaly banger. Well happy with that one. Well, hey, I was literally just started cooking my tea, so I had to quickly turn the stove off and hit the rod, and it's resulted in this little belter. So chuffed as nuts, as they say. Really, really happy to get this one, and first night success. So we'll get this fella back. I'll put my tea back on, and no doubt catch you in the morning, unless we have out through the night. Woohoo! Well guys, put that little scaly banger back and sort of cast out the rod again, topped up with probably 3 spoms of that sort of hybrid mix. And yeah, it's same rod's gone again, and we've got an absolute cheese of a fish sitting in the net. Have a look at that. What an absolute awesome looking creature that one is. That is a big fish. I'm yet to weigh him, but I'd have thought that's going to go 3-0 quite easily. Probably a low 30s if I'm honest. I think it will go 31, 32 hopefully. But yeah, what a result. First night, and yeah, we've got a Cathedral City cheese in the net. So I can't wait to meet his acquaintance. So I'm going to get the mat and everything sorted again, get the lights and the camera ready, and get the beastie out. But yeah, proper chunk, absolutely buzzing. Oh. Well guys, here we are, and I can now show you the beast that we've just had. What a result for December. Just over 32 pounds this one went. Feast your eyes on that absolute cracker. Oh man, what a result for December. Oh man, weighs, oh, it feels like it weighs a ton. My back is in bits at the moment, but it is freezing cold, and this is more than helping warm the cockles, I can tell you that much. But yeah, so happy. You'd have no idea how great it feels to be holding an absolute cheese like this in December. Yes! Whoo! Right, I know the rod's already back on the spot. I've topped it up again with bait, so here's open for another one. But what an amazing start for night 1, eh? Yes! Mwah! Thank you! So I'm sure you'll agree, an absolute wicked start to my winter campaign. Like I say, last winter it was a long, grueling process. We had that beast from the east, but I managed 1 fish right at the back end. So to get off to a flyer straight away, especially with a 32 pounder in there, yeah, absolutely, really chuffed. And it was really simple fishing as well. You know, that mix I was just using a little wafter rig over it, 2 little 10mm pineapples, and yeah, they were loving it. And having those 2 was absolutely buzzing. And then it wasn't long, was it, mate? And then it went again, sort of early hours of the morning, sort of 5 AM. Yeah, same rod went again, and this happened. Well, they say 3 is the magic number, and this is fish number 3, and we've got a magical looking common. So have a look at that. What an absolute dark looking belter. Oh man, proper taking on his winter colours at the moment, this one. And yeah, really happy. Just over 24 pound, 24.6 this went, or 24.8. But nonetheless, what an amazing looking common. This is turning into a wicked December session for sure. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Right, so there we go. It's about, I don't know, just gone 5 o'clock now, 5 AM. So rod's back out again, and it's the same spot, the same rod that's doing it. So hopefully we can get another one before we leave. But chuffed as nuts so far. Yes! Mwah! Thank you, Mr. Common. So there you go, that sort of brings you up to date to where we are in the session. To have 3 fish on my first session of the winter campaign, absolutely over the moon. I'm really happy. It's been very quiet today. I haven't seen anything. I've seen no shows, no signs of fish over the spot itself. But I'll say when we had those fish, the pressure was quite low. It was around 1,000, and in the last sort of 8 hours it's jumped up to sort of 10, 20. So I think the pressure does play a big part in fish's feeding habits. But we'll wait and see how that pans out. We've got the night to go, and we're off on our toes tomorrow morning. So we shall wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, it's been a bit of a funny sort of back end of the year for me, to be fair. Autumn, I didn't get much fishing done. There've been loads and loads of trade shows. and I managed to get out now and again, but not my normal sort of autumn campaign. But going back, we had a really massive open day at the shop with the Nash Tackle Boys. We had Alan Blair down and Tom down. They had a big sort of open day, and the shop was really busy, packed out, and it was great to see loads of different anglers and old faces, new faces, and just catching up with old friends. So really good day, really buzzed up, and we even managed some fishing as well. You know, we went to the lake after. Tom and Alan fished. Tom managed to bag himself an absolute beautiful Shropshire gem there. Really made up for him. Lovely looking fish, and yeah, it was just one of those moments we'll all sort of treasure forever, really. It was a good social, and capped off a great open day. So yeah, really big up to the old Nash lads for doing all that for us. And then it was a catch up with my good mate Mozza. I don't see Lee very often. We sort of try and meet up once a year if we can. He lives sort of the bottom end of the country, and we sort of meet in Essex, sort of halfway, 4 hours sort of drive for a couple of nights on the bank, and we always do it this sort of time of year. And oh, I'll tell you what, the geezer can cook. Jesus, he can cook. And I think the deal was I did breakfasts and Mozza did evening meals, and he made this steak sauce, and there was like 3 pots on the go. There was lotions and potions and powders, all sorts going on there. Got a secret Gordon Ramsay there, definitely. Anyone who's on the bank with Mozza, get him to cook you a steak with that sauce. And but it was a good catch up. We had a good social. We had even the great Ian Chilcott turn up as well. Chilly turned up. What's the plan then? Shall we on the pointy as well? Or?
Nah. Wherever I see one.
Yeah, mate.
Wherever they lay their hat is where I will lay mine. But I got to see one.
That, Paul Young.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It shows how old I am as well, unfortunately. But no, unbelievably, my tactics for catching carp are exactly the same as they were when Paul Young sang the damn thing. So
it was good to see him. I hadn't seen Chilly for probably about 5 years. And believe it or not, the last time I saw Chilly, he was actually on this water with me. We had a big shop open day, and we took Chilly here, and he absolutely loved the place. So the invite's back out for Chilly to come back up to Shropshire to have another go on this water. But it was good to see him in sort of good health and back on form, and just what he's been through. It just shows his inner and mental strength to get himself back to where he was, back catching fish. And yeah, tip my cap. It's good to see the big man back behind the rods. And that's been it. My sort of autumn angling has really been limited. So yeah, it's nice to be back behind the rods here and back amongst the fish for sure. That sort of brings everyone up to date with what I've been up to. If anything happens from now until I leave, I shall keep you posted. Hopefully, me and Mr. Beans will speak to you shortly. Well, good evening people. It has just gone 7 PM and sort of getting myself ready for Monday night football, as you do on the bank when it's these long dark winter nights. And right hand rod's gone off again. Doo-doo! And yeah, yes, we've got another beautiful looking common in the net. There she is, just sitting there waiting for a picture to be taken. Really dogged fight this one again. It was quite a long common, this one, and it was proper banging its head, so I was expecting it to be a smaller fish, but looks a nice sort of mid-20, I'd say, before we get her out, but absolutely buzzing all the same. Well, here we are, guys. This is fish number 4. Another another lively common. The scales finally settled on 23.6, and another belter to boot. Have a look at that little cracker. Hey! What amazing session. Look at the size of the tail on that one. That's a proper big tail. That's where it gets its power from for sure. But I've done exactly the same again. I've got the rod back on the spot. I've topped up again. 3 medium spawns of that mix. So you never know. We could even get number 5. I'm not sure. You know, I'm absolutely over the moon to say the least. To get 4 fish in December. Yeah, absolutely words fail me. So oh, what a result so far. Thank you very much, Mr. Common. We'll get this one back. I'm going to get my head down because I am absolutely cream crackered again, and hopefully I might speak to you during the night. If not, we will catch you in the morning. What do you reckon, buddy? Get you back to your watery home, I reckon. Mwah! Yes! Well, these twilight hours are becoming the norm for me, I think, at the moment. It seems to be, I'm absolutely knackered. I've just been up for just all night, and then I'm not sleeping in the day. So yeah, it's definitely catching up with me now. I feel absolutely cream crackered, but I've literally just had another colossal fish. The middle rod has come into play. Literally just had a couple of beeps, just enough. I was in the deepest sleep possible. I've had a couple of beeps on the middle rod, so it's enough to like bolt up. I was like, ugh, and then whee, absolutely melted off. So I'm like, oh, trying to get. Do you know what? It doesn't matter how well you play stuff. You know, you can be like, right, there's me boots, there's me head torch. Perfect, don't mess this up. And as soon as that alarm goes, it doesn't matter, does it? Everything goes flying. You're trying to find the boots and you're fumbling with the zips. And but anyway, managed to get out there, hit the rod. Really long battle, this one. It did pull my arm off, did not want to give up. But yeah, in the landing net now, we've got an absolute beast of a fish again. Looks another 30 pounder, to be fair. I don't recognise it, I don't seem to recall any photos of it, and yeah, it's just an amazing session I'm having. It's borderline stupid, mad. It really is, because it's like, you know, I've gone a whole year and done sort of 2, maybe 3 fish here, you know, and I've had more in a night than I've had in a year, because it is an hard venue. It's not an easy venue, but you know, when these sort of red letter sessions turn up, they're very few and far between for sure, but when they do, you've just got to enjoy them, and I really am. I'm absolutely buzzing my little trotters off. I really am. I'm humming and buzzing. That I'm definitely lost for words. But yeah, enjoying every single moment of this. So as normal, I shall grab the fish, and I will meet you on the unhooking mat area. I'll speak to you in a bit. Here we go. Have a look at that. 34.15 of muscle-packed Shropshire mirror. What a wicked fish. It's very lively. It doesn't want to sit still, this one. But oh man, what a result. I'm sort of running out of words to describe this session. But look at the girth on it, absolutely huge. But I am absolutely blown backwards by this winter session for December. Oh man alive. Lovely couple of scales just in the middle there. Oh, hopefully, you never know, we might get one in the daylight hours, which would be nice if we do manage it. But biggest one of the trip, and yeah, mwah, one kiss. Right, I'm not gonna bang on too much. Like I say, I'm literally out of words to describe what's been going on. So, oh man, I'll let the carp do the talking for me. But every fish has come to that mix, and those little tiny 10 mil wafters, just fishing off the edge of it. I say this fish was on the middle rod, and I sort of moved that rod because the other 4 came on the right hand rod. I sort of moved this rod, I sort of rod length closer, and yeah, it's come good. So all in all, we are a very happy chappy. Right, let's get this one back, and I'm going to get the kettle on and have a midnight cup of tea, I think. Whee!
Adobe Beats.
Well, good morning, and a very dark and dismal one at that, but my spirits are very high. Still absolutely buzzing to land that wicked 34 pounder last night, or 34.15, and I think if it fed another sort of half an hour, it'd probably been 35. But yeah, what an amazing fish. Really chuffed to get that one. and sort of released her in the margins last night. And it sort of swam off a little bit and then went left and just started sulking in the margins for about 10-15 minutes. Regained her strength and then yeah, bolted off into the lake. But back she went a little bit wiser. And that's it from this blog really. I've got to get on my toes and get to work, so I've got to start the tedious task of packing up and heading back over these boggy fields. But I've got a sort of another project going on. It was weird, this session wasn't supposed to happen. I've got another venue that I'm sort of filming at and blogging on, but what I had so far did not do it justice. I started filming sort of the start of the autumn, and I just didn't get enough time on there, and I didn't want to do a blog on it because I know what it could be. So I've decided to do a full 12 months of blog on there. So I'm going to film all next year for 12 months of the year, and with a film coming out obviously Christmas 2019. That is my plan. Some of you follow me on Facebook and others and that, you'll note I think it was August time, I managed to kick my Canon 70D camera into the lake. What an absolute noddy, and I did it while playing a fish at this venue. But I'll give you a sneak preview now. That is the fish responsible, a lovely 23-pound common. I was playing that fish and I was trying to mess about with the camera while playing it, while you're trying to get sort of the fight and that, and I managed to, yeah, it just went in the drink. But yeah, £600 bill later. But that was the common, and I've called her Canon. That's the name of that common, which will not be forgotten. And that sort of brings you up to date with what I'm doing. I'll probably be back out now after Christmas and after the new year, so I just want to say a massive thanks for watching the blog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I got over my excitement and how just, you know, thrilled to bits I've been, and I wish everyone the real best for next year. And if you're out on the bank, good luck guys, hope you bag a biggie. Thanks again, I'll see you soon.